UX design is the thing that I really passionate me in the last year. So I'm happy today to share some ideas with you. The first thing is, I love to clarify all people that UX is not only about visuals. No, for me UX is more related with happiness. How can we make users, people that are using our work, our applications, be happy? Because when we work, we help people to achieve not their goals. They feel efficient and happy. So UX is about happiness, and happiness is about sales. Because when users be happy working with your application, they engage, and then you can show. So UX is about business, about sales. So this is the 5 tips I would like to share today with all of you. And it's some ideas I was reflecting in the last years. I think the first tip is typography. Typography matters. My tip is, if you have a don't use large sizes. I have this example for 2 flight companies. The left one is Iberia, I think the main Spanish company, and in the right side you have the Swiss. I think it's a very important company here. And the design is quite similar, but when I try to find a flight, it's very complicated for me, specifically in the Spanish Iberia application, to understand letters. So I get a lot of business cards around Zurich, and I all the time I don't understand. The piece of paper is in this side, but the letter is so small. Why? Where are the designers, making things? You have to think like a designer. You make large fonts, okay? When you have done, make large fonts, and it's very important. Accessibility. Don't break accessibility. Some JavaScript frameworks works very bad with accessibility. You try to learn typography, like in a browser, you can amplify typography, but some frameworks work very bad. So think about that. When you make a project, can I amplify typography? If I am old man, can I see well this thing? So typography. Second tip, follow patterns that work. Okay, in the last 15, 20 years, we have developed a lot of stuff related with design, with mobile and web site conventions, pattern. So it's important you follow the pattern, because the user have learned a lot of stuff, and when you break this point, for example, we have the hamburger menu, or some icons that represent exactly a specific function. So use it. If we have something that works, you don't have to break this point. So about navigation, about how you how to explain. I think there is I love this picture because it represents in the real world different ways to manage complexity and context. How can I fix it? So this is the way you can manage this situation. We work with scenarios, a scenario or scenes, and you have to think an application like a different scenes in a film. Something like you have imagine you have email application. So you say, okay, in the first scene, the user want to check emails and maybe compose what is the main feature in this scene, in this context. So this is the right way to think about good design, UX experience. What does the user need in this specific scene, in this specific scenario? Give power to the user. You know, I am very angry with all these passwords. You know, I hate passwords. I think most of us hate passwords, right? No? No? Yes. Who hate passwords? Okay. And they have a lot of difficulties. You can imagine, I can't believe it, you know, I was looking here. They can go into the windows. Why? Why normal people can't go into the windows? Why? The reason is this button, the I button, when you push, you can see the password. And when you realize it, you can see the password. So for you, for me, maybe we are all the day using Windows or using computers, this very basic stuff, but it's not a good design. Why do you hide me my password? In some scenarios, in some context, it's good. If I want to hide my password, it's good. But why you hide my password? I need to see. I need to see the letters. I'm writing. I need to see. This is a problem in Windows and a lot of applications. Think about that. And the last one is avoid complicated logins for forms. People don't want to fill forms. You know, we hate forms. You know, don't make a lot of forms. And we don't want to make login process. This is the usual login process in most of the applications. You visit the website, sign up button, you create user password, you have to make a double verification with the email, and then you go into the service. Maybe not. Maybe I go with I have to be very interested in the service to make all of this. What I propose is this. What the user wants? The service. You go to the cafeteria, I want a coffee. I don't want to fill a document before getting a coffee. Huh? I want a coffee. I want to take a coffee. After that, if you want to sit to me and you want to ask me some question, it's okay, but I'm drinking my coffee. So, think in ChatGPT. ChatGPT don't ask you nothing. They show the service. You need to want the user connect speedily with your service, with your application. You want they, test your product. And after that, yes, first the service, then the receipt. Then ask for the registration, sorry. So that's all, folks. Sorry for my, and yep. This is my 5 steps.